A secret airport in Eastern Europe welcomed two American X-47B unmanned combat aircraft on a gloomy day in late March 2023. The United States Navy operates the Northrop Grumman-built aircraft, which are some of the most technologically sophisticated unmanned aerial vehicles in existence. They have been sent to Europe as part of a larger operation to strengthen the American military's position there and ward off possible enemies. A stealthy, jet-powered unmanned aerial vehicle, UAV, with autonomous takeoff, flying, and landing is the X-47B precision-guided bombs, missiles, and spy sensors are just a few of the weapons and payloads it can transport. The aircraft can fly at altitudes of up to 40,000 feet and has a range of more than 2,000 nautical miles. Its sophisticated avionics and software systems let it to function in difficult situations and find its target on its own. The choice to send the X-47B to Eastern Europe is an indication of the escalating security issues in the area. Increased tensions and worries about a future conflict have been caused by Russia's aggressive activities in Ukraine and its ongoing military buildup close to NATO's eastern border. In response to these dangers, the U.S. has been stepping up its military presence in Europe by sending more soldiers, tanks, and other tools to the continent. Compared to conventional manned aircraft, the X-47B has a number of benefits. Due to its stealthy design, it is harder for adversarial air defenses to track and detect it, which lowers the possibility of interception. Due to its autonomy, it can also fly in contested airspace without endangering the lives of any pilots. The aircraft's endurance and great range make it ideal for carrying out intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance (ISR) operations over vast territories. The U.S. has utilized unmanned planes in the region before, but this is not the first time the X-47B has been sent to Europe. For several years, the U.S. Air Force has operated MQ-9 Reaper drones out of sites in Italy and Romania, carrying out ISR and strike missions in support of U.S. and NATO operations. Yet in terms of unmanned technology and capabilities, the X-47B represents a considerable advancement. For the previous 10 years, the X-47B has undergone rigorous testing and development, with the U.S. George H.W. Bush's carrier-based operations in 2013 serving as a success. The aircraft has also proven its capacity for autonomous aerial refueling, which enables it to stay in the air for prolonged periods of time. With these features, the X-47B becomes a very flexible aircraft that can be employed for a variety of tasks, including strike operations, ISR, and electronic warfare. The U.S. military is making a larger effort to modernize its forces and prepare for evolving security concerns, which includes the deployment of the X-47B to Eastern Europe. The most recent military plan from the Pentagon, which was unveiled in 2018, highlights the importance of funding cutting-edge technology and capabilities, such as unmanned systems, artificial intelligence, and cyber capabilities. These efforts are meant to keep the U.S. military one step ahead of its enemies and enable it to successfully thwart and combat prospective threats. The X-47B's deployment in Europe also emphasizes the value of alliances and collaborations in tackling security issues. The X-47B's deployment is a part of a larger collaboration between the U.S. and NATO, which the U.S. has traditionally relied on to assist military operations. The increased capabilities of the aircraft will benefit NATO and its member states in addition to enhancing U.S. military capabilities in the region. But the X-47B's deployment to Europe also brings up a number of queries and worries. The possibility of mishaps or incidents with unmanned aircraft is one of the main worries. Due to the X-47B's superior technology and complexity, any malfunction or failure could have negative effects. The deployment of the X-47B to Europe might also make things worse with Russia and other possible enemies. The presence of unmanned aircraft may be seen as provocative since Russia has previously voiced its concern to the stationing of American military equipment in Eastern Europe. The possibility for adverse effects from autonomous systems is another issue. Because of its autonomy, the X-47B can decide what to do and how to do it without direct human input. While this might be helpful in some circumstances, it also raises moral and legal concerns regarding who is responsible and accountable for the conduct of unmanned devices. Also, the use of unmanned systems in international security may be affected more broadly by the deployment of the X-47B to Eastern Europe. Unmanned systems are anticipated to generate fresh issues and difficulties as they become more sophisticated and pervasive, especially in relation to issues like ethical considerations, legal frameworks, and weapons control. For instance, the application of international humanitarian law and the laws governing the use of force are called into doubt by the deployment of unmanned systems in military operations. Unmanned systems may have benefits in terms of lowering the risk to human life, but they also pose new difficulties in terms of adhering to IAL and the principles of proportionality and distinction. The usage of unmanned systems could bring up difficulties with accountability and responsibility for these systems' behavior. However, the use of unmanned systems in international security may also have advantageous effects, including as lowering the likelihood of conflict and fostering peace. Unmanned systems, for instance, might be employed for actions aimed at fostering trust, such as carrying out collaborative surveillance operations or delivering aid to war areas. The X-47B's deployment to Eastern Europe may also have greater ramifications for NATO's and the US-European alliance's future. The move is a component of a larger American strategy to bolster its military presence in Europe and reassure its partners in the face of potential threats from Russia and other rivals. Because of its sophisticated capabilities and adaptability, the X-47B is an invaluable asset in this endeavor, and its use emphasizes the significance of unmanned systems in contemporary military operations. The use of unmanned systems also prompts inquiries around burden sharing and the influence of technology on security relationships. It's feasible that unmanned systems may play a significant role in determining how military responsibilities and capabilities are distributed within NATO and other security alliances as they become more prevalent in military operations. Countries that invest in unmanned technology, for instance, may have more influence over military operations and decision-making, which could change the existing power dynamics and relationships within these alliances. The X-47B's transfer to Eastern Europe could have a significant impact on air power and military operations in general in the long run, by enabling increased range, endurance, and flexibility during military operations. Unmanned systems like the X-47B have the potential to revolutionize the way air power is used. In high-risk areas, they also provide benefits by lowering the risk to human life and decreasing the demand for manned aircraft. However, the use of unmanned technologies also prompts concerns about the future of human aircraft and their use in military operations. Unmanned systems have limitations in terms of their capabilities and capacity to adapt to changing conditions, despite the fact that they offer significant benefits in terms of lowering risk and improving flexibility. Contrarily, manned aircraft offer higher situational awareness, flexibility, and decision-making ability, and they may still play a significant part in military operations alongside unmanned technology. Additionally, the usage of unmanned devices like the X-47B underscores the necessity of creating efficient training and doctrine. In addition to distinct knowledge and training requirements from human systems, unmanned systems also call for unique methods of mission planning and execution. It will be crucial for military organizations to develop efficient training programs and doctrine for their usage as unmanned technology continues to evolve and find additional applications, in order to ensure that they are employed efficiently and safely in military operations. All things considered, the transfer of two X-47B unmanned combat aircraft to Eastern Europe represents a significant advancement in the development of unmanned technology and its use in military operations. While the deployment raises valid concerns and queries about the implications of unmanned systems for global security, it also draws attention to the significant advantages that unmanned technology can provide for enhancing military capabilities, fostering stability, and lowering the likelihood of conflict. Policymakers, military planners, and other stakeholders must address these potential and difficulties in a responsible and proactive manner as unmanned technology develops and is employed more frequently. Thanks so much for watching till the end. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and turn the notification bell on so you never miss a video. Until next time, see you later.